Listen, when President Trump was, remember, he had two assassination attempts on his life, one of which, of course, got him shot in the
Mm.
head. And after that happened, he walked onto the stage at the Republican National Convention to give his speech, and he had a bandage on his ear. And in that moment, he had his granddaughter Kai come on stage and make a very touching speech about her grandfather. And the day afterwards, the morning
Mm.
afterwards, again, you would think that there would be a little bit of self-reflection, a little bit of reflection from the left on what kind of rhetoric they were using that may have been contributing to all of the tension in this country. And instead of that, you had Whoopi Goldberg on The View going out there and telling people she didn't like the fact that Kai Trump went on stage and talked about her grandfather because it, quote, humanized him. So the left has been doing this
Yes.
for a very long time. Intentionally, the mainstream media has been intentionally dehumanizing us, using dehumanizing language, because if they can dehumanize us, they can demonize us. And if they demonize us, what comes next is totally justified in their minds. That is what they have been doing intentionally. They have been lying about us. They have been gaslighting us. And it really, honestly, I'm still shocked that a guy that I know that inspired me to do what I do is dead and was murdered in cold blood. But
Mm.
honestly, when you watch the increasing rhetoric and you watch the way that they've been amping it up and you watch the way that they have been dehumanizing us, it really shouldn't come as a shock to any of us that this was the end result of the decades of work that they have put in to deem us as evil and unworthy of living.
And yet you've got the left playing victim at the moment, Sarah. They're accusing their political opponents of cancel culture and impinging on their free speech. The latest one is online figure Destiny, who mocked Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica. It was just so disgustingly cruel. Now, he's been banned from Twitch, but I don't know, perhaps CNN will have him back.
I hate Charlie Kirk. I think he's actually a Satan spawn, but he's very, very strategically minded.
What do you think of all that, Sarah? Are the right now guilty of cancel culture?
Of course not, Rita. There's a difference between cancel culture and consequence culture. Cancel culture is when you intentionally go dig up someone's old posts from, they were 15, 18 years old, a kid, and try to use it against them, not using any of the context, any perspective of what society was like back then. Consequence culture is, of course, hey, if you are going to say something disgusting, expect society to act accordingly. And that's exactly what is happening in not just Destiny's case, but many of these cases. And the rich irony here, Rita, is that if Charlie were here, he would be the one to be able to so eloquently explain to these people what is the difference between freedom of speech and freedom of consequences. Freedom of speech never meant that you could go out and spew whatever hateful rhetoric you want to spew and have absolutely no societal consequences for it. Freedom of speech is just your protection from the government so that the government is not censoring you. But of course, these people don't know anything about freedom of speech. They've never picked up a constitution, which is what Charlie was so great at expressing and explaining to them. So Destiny wants to talk all about I thought conservatives were about freedom of speech. I suggest that maybe he go back and watch some of Charlie Kirk's videos so that he can adequately understand what freedom of speech and what he is entitled to and what he is protected from. And you know what? Again, consequence culture will come for you. If you say disgusting things, expect people to not want to be around you.